We are joined from left to right by Lexi Graber, Dana Duckworth, and Alonza Klopfer. Coach, if you want to go ahead and make an opening statement, we'd appreciate it.
I'd love to. We are Team 47, so this is the 47th team of Alabama gymnastics history, and these young women have been through it. You know, on March the 12th, when we got the phone call and our world changed, at that point, these two right here, who are now our current seniors, in Lexi and in Alonza, they developed a mindset that has shown discipline in that gym. They have shown what it looks like to be mentally tough, and they have found a way in the midst of technology and interference and unpredictability to find a way to bring this team and make them connected. And I think this team is fun. They're a joy. I look forward to coming in the gym every day, and I think that the hard work, the sacrifices that they have made. Could you imagine being 17 to 22-year-olds and literally being told to have no social life and literally gym and school and make it the way they have? So I'm very proud of the resilience and the tenacity I've seen out of these young women, and they're being led by two superheroes here, in my opinion. Roll Tide.
Coach, you guys opened the season this week with Kentucky here at home. What do you think that's going to be like?
First of all, we're grateful. I think that that's another thing. If you describe this team, they have a heart of gratitude that we get to compete. And the SEC schedule is allowing us to have 4 meets and then a week off, and we're just focused on this Friday. We are only focused on what we're going to do on Friday and just stay in the bubble. The Bama bubble means something totally different this year with these masks and air high fives and what have you. But we will make the best of it because that's what we do. We adjust and adapt and overcome.
Lexi, take us back to that date on March 12th when you guys found out the season was over, and how has that fueled your hunger for this season?
I mean, I think as a team, we knew we had so much more left in us in that season, and so, we're all just so hungry to continue where we left off, and I think, honestly, with all this COVID craziness, we've all come to be closer this year because, like she said, we are confined to our Bama bubble, and I think that, we only have each other this year, and I think the sacrifices we've made, we're just so grateful to be able to have a season and be able to have each other and compete Friday by Friday. And so, yeah, I think we're just really excited to pick up where we left off and show the world what we had last year.
Alonza, usually there's, at home anyway, there's anywhere from 11 to 15,000 people in the stands. This year is going to be a little different with limited capacity. How do you guys handle that?
I mean, we make that energy every single day in practice, and I tell the girls that all the time. Like, we need each other, and we're always, always one with the person on the beam, on the floor, on the vault, so we create that energy every single day in practice, so we're ready. We're ready.
All right, with that, we'll open it up to questions. Mikey, do you have something for us?
Yes. So I understand, obviously, back in March, it was a huge shock, to have your season end so prematurely like that. So did that in any way adjust your mindset heading into this season, this year, as opposed to a normal season?
I think if anything, it just fueled our fire even more, and so that kind of helped Alonza and I kind of come up with a theme for this year. And if you can see on our mask, it's women on fire. And so I think that energy and that mindset was just to fuel our fire even more and to show everybody what we had left. And I think it made us even more hungry for this year.
Yeah, like Lexi said, fueling our fire, that's what we want to just bring out this year and just continue the trail that we led as of last year and just bring more to the table.
Mikey, I want to add that when you think about it, this senior class, this team, and all the teams this year, they're going to go down in history as teams that lived through a global pandemic and still got to do what they love to do. And one thing, they're not going to brag on themselves the way I might want to brag on them, is that You know, every day is a choice on how we respond to what's going on. And we don't know what's next. And every Tuesday, we will COVID test, and we will hope and pray that everybody can compete. But what they have done in the way that I feel they've really brought the team together is everyone is important. And they say all the time, we need everybody. And you hear them say it. You hear them screaming for one another. And so the depth that's being created because of they know what we were on the brink of last year, and they want to compete. They're so hungry to compete. And I just can't wait for them to start Friday and put it all out there and just let all that hard work and sacrifice show.
Thank you. So you opened the season against Kentucky. Do you have any, like, I understand it's probably a little weird given the whole situation with COVID and everything, but do you have any expectations what that's gonna be like heading into an event where usually, you know, I've been there, sold out stands and be a lot less people. Does that at all change your preparation for the meet on Friday night?
It hasn't changed our preparation at all, and we talked about it yesterday, is that the reason we go out there and compete, it's wonderful to have 12,000 people in the stands, but the reason we go out there and compete is because we have a passion in our heart to compete and be great and do gymnastics. And if you're only doing it for the people in the stands, you're not doing it for the right reasons. And that's what you're going to see on Friday night. You're going to see their heart and passion and fire come out in every single routine that they do.
All right. And no, again, this is a question for Lexi and Alonza. You can both answer this because you're both seniors. So, you know, how does it feel as a senior? Because there was no guarantee you would even get a season. How does it feel to be able to have your senior season despite COVID and everything that's going on in the world right now?
I mean, it's unreal. I'm so grateful to be in this position and to be able to lead this team into this year. And I told myself at the beginning of this year that I wanted to take in every single moment and every single little precious moment and just take it in and just take in the experience and the opportunity and to do this one last time with her. Like, it's amazing. I'm so blessed.
Yeah, like she said, we truly are so grateful to just have the opportunity to come in day by day and have the opportunity to do the sport that we love. And like you said, we won't have that crowd, but we are just so, like, thankful to be able to compete and do the sport that we love. That's just what we love to do. And so just to be able to have the opportunity to get to do the sport that we love, surrounded by the people we love, it's an amazing opportunity. So we're so grateful.
What do you think this year's team's strong suits are heading into the season? I understand it's going to be, you know, I mentioned it already before, and I'm sure you know it's different than you're used to. Not going to be exactly the same as it was heading into last year. Hopefully, it won't be the same as heading into next year. But you know, Coach, have you been able to really find out your team's strong suits through COVID off season, as it were?
I think that there's several things that this team has been able to show us through this off season, is that they're adaptable, and they have been asked to do a lot of different things, little things, even small enough like we can't all go into the locker room together. And when you're building a team, you don't understand how important those moments are. And I imagine for the ladies, sometimes the moments when they're in the locker room are some of the ones they carry forever. And so it's just different this year. And they're training in pods, and goodness gracious, everything they do is with their living roommates. And so good things, I'm sorry, that sounded wrong. The roommates they live with. And I mean, goodness, I'm glad they like each other because they spend a lot of time together and they train together and they're in pods together because we want to do everything we can to be able to put us in the best position to compete. And I know I tell them all the time, you know, wash your hands, wear your mask, make sure you're social distancing. And it gets repetitive, but that is what we can control. And if we do the things we can control, we let the outcomes take care of themselves. And see, that's the other piece about this team. I think that we have some depth this year, and the level of competitiveness to that depth is at a different stage for our program in many years. It's not just top 5, 6 can go 9-9. We're pushing 7, 8, and 9 positions being able to push the envelope. And so the beauty of that is you're fighting for it every day, which makes them stronger. It makes them stronger mentally, it makes them stronger physically and emotionally. So that's been a wonderful thing to see in the gym. They're competing for those spots every day. On the flip side, if we do have a situation where someone ends up with COVID and we have to alter and adjust, people are going to be confident to step in.
Coach, starting out with an SEC schedule and having just an SEC schedule, with the SEC being the top gymnastics conference in the country, does that make y'all stronger?
Well, we always say to be the best, compete against the best. And the SEC conference, I am very biased, is the best in the country. It is so competitive gymnastically, if that's a word, gymnastics-wise. And so we're excited that each week will push us to bring out our best. And that's all we're going to focus on is each week, one day at a time, one event at a time, one moment at a time.